Hi, I am Joe and I have a book haul today. I had a coupon for 40% off at the Goodwill, so I went and stocked up on books. The first I have is Ordinary People, one of the great bestsellers of our time, by Judith Guest. This is about a couple and their life after their children move out, and it was a movie that won the Oscar for Best Picture in 1980, and it was directed by Robert Redford. Woodswoman by Anne Labastille. This is the story of a woman who, after her divorce from her husband, moves to the Adirondack Mountains on Black Bear Lake, and she learns to live by herself and relies on neighbors and draws strength from herself to be alone and survive. So it says this is a book about living that contains a lesson for us all. Nickel and Dimed on Not Getting By in America by Barbara Ehrenreich. This author takes a low-paying job and writes a book about it. She only did it for a year, worked full-time year-round for poverty-level wages. It says Nickel and Dimed reveals low-wage America in all its tenacity, anxiety, and surprising generosity. This book is changing the way America perceives its working poor. I've seen this on the table at Barnes & Noble labeled Books You Should Read. Kathy Reich's Bare Bones. This is, I believe, the first book, the book that started the TV series Bones, which I loved, even though it has a ton of gross medical stuff in it, and I have to close my eyes. I love the show Bones. I really love Booth. So we'll see how this goes. Agatha Christie, Miss Marple's Last Case and Miss Marple's First Case. So I'm excited to read this because I have only read And Then There Were None, which is not a Miss Marple book, but I have one of Miss Marple's books, and I was excited that this has the first one in it so that I can read that and move on and maybe read them in order. The Virgin Suicides by Jeffrey Eugenides. And Four sisters commit suicide one summer. Like Water for Chocolate by Laura Esquivel. A tall tale, fairy tale, soap opera, romance, Mexican cookbook, and home remedy handbook all rolled into one. So I guess basically this is the book you should give someone for their wedding. Oh boy, there really are. I don't think it's been read. It looks brand new. Not crazy about the cover. I don't like covers with people on them. The Lost Summer of Louisa May Alcott. This is by Kelly O'Connor McNees. Now, wow, you cannot get a more Irish sounding name than that. This is fact mixed with fiction. She creates a story extrapolated from letters and maybe diaries also of Louisa May Alcott and tells a story about her. Definitely mixes fact and fiction as she imagines a summer lost to history, carefully purged from Louisa's letters and journals, a summer that would change the course of Louisa's writing career and inspire the story of love and heartbreak between Jo and Teddy Lawrence, Jo's devoted neighbor and kindred spirit. It has a little inscription. Caroline, I know you love the classics as I do. Hope you enjoy this one. I love you, Mama Kay. How sweet. So I guess this sort of follows in the same vein as Charlie Lovett's book First Impressions, where it has fact about Jane Austen mixed with some fiction and created a story. I can't wait to read this one. Impatient with Desire by Gabriel Burton. This is the story of the Donner Party that went west. A famous adventure, a haunting tragedy, an enduring love. In the spring of 1846, Tamsin Donner, her husband George, their 5 daughters, and 80 other pioneers headed to California in eager anticipation of new lives out west. Everything that could go wrong did, and an American legend was born. The Donner Party. We think we know their story, but we only know that one harrowing part of it. Impatient with Desire brings us answers to the unanswerable question, what really happened in the 4 months the Donners were trapped in the Sierra Nevadas? And it brings to stunning life the woman behind the myth. Do you see that little design on the cover too? Oh, it's so pretty. So I guess this goes with my theme of strong female pioneers that I tend to pick up, and I want to read this story, and at the same time it's the Donner Party, and it's kind of heavy and scary and real also. I don't think that this is fiction at all. It does say it's fiction. I guess that I will have to read it and figure out exactly what is fiction and what is not. I just saw a lovely map. That is their route from Missouri, all the way over. They got trapped here. Look how close they were. They got trapped there. I guess I'll have to read this book and find out what's going on with it. I thought that it was not fiction. The Shoemaker's Wife by Adriana Trigiani. This is the story of 2 people who lived in Italy, and for different reasons and at different times they were both sent to America, and their lives meet and separate several times, sort of a star-crossed lover type thing. I think it says that the Shoemaker's Wife is something totally new and completely wonderful, a rich sweeping epic which tells the story of the women and men who built America dream by dream. That's just part of a blurb by Catherine Stockett, the author of The Help. And I'm not too crazy about the cover. This part is lovely. That's beautiful. So those are all the books that I got this week. If you have read any of these, let me know. I don't know where I'm going to start. I'm now even more intrigued by this one, since I found it is fiction. I'm a little disappointed, I guess, even though I was nervous about reading a nonfiction account of the Donner Party. So that's my book haul. Let me know what you picked up this weekend, and I will talk to you later. Bye.